Welcome pilots, my name is Hybrid V and I'm on the PTU right now about to test out the brand new salvage rifle that came into one of these smaller little updates here on the PTU. Originally, I didn't really want to do this because we already have a salvage tool in game, the little multi-tool that, is on our hip. And I didn't really want to do this because it felt like the salvage rifle that's coming in kind of feels more of the same. Maybe it's just going to be more efficient, so I didn't really want to cover it. But more recently, I just decided, hey, you know what? Might as well just hop in and just give it a shot. Might as well. Let's just see what happens, right? So I'm here on ArcCorp, and I'm going to go find me some targets to shoot at. So let's go do some quick bounties here, and let's go get the ship damaged in the process. But first, before we can even do that, though, we need to actually collect some salvage material for the rifle. So let's go ahead and make our way to our first target. Let's go ahead and set it. Nope, I'm too close to the planet, so I can't set a route. Fair enough. I guess I'll just go ahead and exit atmosphere and find an OM. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road here. Currently, you're seeing Star Rise here at Area 20 on ArcCorp. Did a little bit of bed logging testing, as you saw there. I love bed logging in game. It's really fun. It tends to break, but more recently, including in live, it's a lot more stable than it has been ever. Which makes it a really fun feature to use. Sometimes I'll forget that I have bed logged and I'll log into the game and I'll just be in the middle of space and I forgot what I was doing. It's pretty fun. But nonetheless, it's really cool when you just want to get back into the action of things after you, did some bounties or whatnot. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut here and let's jump straight to the bounty, shall we? All right, coming up on our targets here. Now, I'm flying my Avenger Titan with some neutron repeaters and an 84B nose Gatling gun. Mainly because I just can. I've not tried the neutron repeaters in a long time, so I figured, might as well. It's just an HRT, not too big of a deal, right? So let's go ahead and smash these guys, and let's take some of their recycled composites. Let's see, we had a gladiator, we have a buccaneer, and an arrow, and something else here I can't quite make out. Let's go ahead and flare off that missile. See you, sir. Let's go for the arrow here real quick. Let's go ahead into the merge. Right on his 6 now. Let's dump some neutrons onto him. Oh, now he's going to try to barrel roll out of the way. Let's stay on him. He's probably going to hit the... Oh, nope, he's avoiding the ground. Okay, cool. Let me actually get my accuracy up here, and I'll dump some ballistics on it while I'm also here. Let me get the accuracy up. Switch power to weapons here. We're good. Taking a little bit of damage. Not enough for me to care here. Not enough to actually repair either. So I'm going to go ahead and fire on him. I'm going to put power to boost here. Get my boost back. My boost juice. Alright, arrow is down. Let's focus now on this buccaneer here. He's got those scatter guns, not too spooky. Let's go ahead and just dump on him here. Give him some ballistics. There we go. Now you're feeling the hurt. Let's recharge those guns. Stay on him and down. Easy money. Now let's find out who the last threat. Scorpius and Antares. Okay, so this will be easy meat anyway. So go ahead and hold this L for me, sir. See if that actually hits him. And yep, good hit. Alright, ahead of him in the DPS race. Not like it's going to matter here because it's a Scorpius. This is a player Scorpius. Even in Antares, I'd be slightly worried, but being that this is an AI one with the condition the servers are in, I am not at all concerned whatsoever. So I'm just going to go ahead and loop around him and get past his guns here as he shoots off into the nothingness. And now we're on his 6. We are in the worst spot an Antares could have an enemy. Just going to go ahead and keep dumping on here. His shields are down. I'm going to go ahead and try to pour some ballistics on him here. This way main guns are charging. Let's get past them because I don't want to get in front of those main guns. They're not really going to hurt me at all because, again, the server stability is the worst right now. So the AI just are not very good at responding, especially in heavy fighters. But down goes the Scorpius. It's going to hit the ground. It's not going to survive impact, but luckily we will have some hull remaining that we can use to scrap with the new rifle that we have, the scrap rifle. There we go, it's on the ground. Let's go ahead and find a nice soft spot to lay down here our gear in our ship. I also apologize for the looping quantum drive sounds as I come around here. I did cut my drive halfway coming to this bounty here, and sometimes the audio bugs out when you cut your quantum drive mid small jump. And that causes this looping annoying effect. It will go away the next time I quantum away, so yes, it is only temporary. Also, when I get out of the ship, we probably won't hear it as well. It is just a weird bug. It's a bug that's been around in the game for actually quite a long time now. Anytime you cancel your small jump, whether it's like a spline jump, mostly not necessarily a spline jump, but like a jump from an OM to OM, and then you cancel in between, it will cause this weird looping audio bug. All right, let's go ahead and get our Cambio tool here and a backpack and our ammo. And let's go ahead and swap out some of these defensive little pistol mags that I have here for these new magazines that are for this new multi-tool, or I should say salvage rifle, as I like to call it. It's just called the Cambio SRT. The one on our hip that you can get, the Cambio SRT Lite, is the one that we're used to. Now, my guess here is this is just going to be more effective than the Lite version. The Lite version is excruciatingly slow to scrape and even more slow to actually apply onto damaged parts of the ship to repair. And this thing here, this Cambio SRT, I imagine is probably going to be more efficient. So let's find out here. All right, let's see, salvageable, and it is also excruciatingly slow. Now, be mindful, especially if you're still new to like salvage or even Star Citizen in general, that there's different composites in different areas of the ship. I think it's probably more based on HP currently right now. So the fact that this is slow and not actually filling up my canister as fast as I would like is probably more akin to just not being very much material here, or the type of material that's actually on here. I believe if I probably, instead of eating away at this wing here, if I try eating away at the center fuselage, if I can find where it's at later, I probably will get a quicker collection rate. That's just a guess. We'll see here in a second. Maybe they've changed things compared to how normal salvage works are. Let's go ahead and actually check that now. So you can see here's the central fuselage as it jitters about here. Don't mind it. That's just, again, weird server issues and physics issues. But yeah, we're getting a much higher collection rate here now that I'm on the central hull that is dancing in front of us here. And the collection rate is still relatively slow. It still seems to be kind of on par with the Cambio Lite, just a wider radius as I can see here. Either way, this is going to take a while, so I'm going to just go ahead and leave a cut here because I do not want to subject you to the long process of trying to fill up just this single canister here. So I will be right back shortly. Okay, that took about an hour or so, I think, give or take, maybe about 40 minutes or so. And yeah, that took quite a long time just trying to get 2 full magazines of recycled composites here. Now that we're set, let's go ahead and set off for our next destination. I'm going to go ahead and get another bounty set up, and then we're going to go and try to actually get ourselves damaged and see if we can actually repair ourselves. I actually like that the color scheme of the 84B follows the color of the ship. Kind of a nice little touch. I wish more ship weapons did that. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next bounty. Alright, let's go ahead and cut the drive here. And here we are. Alright, let's head straight to the actual target. Now you can see, I don't actually have the looping quantum drive sound this time. This is the weird thing. Like, if you cut the drive, 9 times out of 10, you'll get that looping quantum effect like we heard earlier. And this time around, it just decided it didn't want to do it. So, yeah, it just decides it doesn't want to behave. I'm just going to reset my gun profile here. There we go. Switch back to shields. And let's actually turn off the shields because I specifically want the AI to damage me. Hopefully I will lose a wing or something, or even a canard or something from the ship, whatever it is. I want to actually take physical damage to the ship, so I actually have something to repair, because I do want to see how long it takes to repair it. Because it's one thing where it takes a long time to fill up these canisters for the repair rifle. The main thing I'm interested in, though, is how effective it actually is at repairing. Currently, right now, in-game, it's very cheap to repair your ship, so this method I'm going to show you, completely worthless, honestly, but eventually CIG is going to have to rebalance it, so I'm kind of curious as to how it plays out now if you decided to go this route, so let's give it a shot. First, I'm going to go ahead and send some presents to my friends here. So we have 2 Hurricanes and some type of Freelancer. I will probably tussle with the Hurricanes first. I'll go with this one first, just because his wing is pretty damaged now. So let's go ahead and get some early shots on him. Go ahead and decoy those incoming missiles. Let's go ahead and roll back around into him and start cutting in, and let's get closer here. Maybe I should actually get my distance a little bit closer because these are neutron repeaters after all. Taking a little bit of damage, exactly what I'd like to see here, which is good. And we got a little bit red on the left wing, which is exactly what I want to see. Alright, so this guy is pretty banged up. Let's see if we can finish him off before his gunner can get actual good shots. I mean, he's trying to be a little bit squirrely. Not really going to help, unfortunately. In fact, he's actually hurting his gunner as he does barrel rolls. But nonetheless, We're going to go ahead and keep dumping on him. His main hull is red now. Let's get some boost back here. And he's down, easy. Let's go ahead and find the other Hurricane here. There it is. He's also got a damaged wing from that missile. Can I drop another missile on you? No, you're too close. Okay, we'll go ahead and then just push forward on you. And, okay, we lost the wing. This is exactly what I wanted, because we'll be able to try to repair that later. We can't actually restore the wing, but I guarantee you there's going to be some damaged sections of the hull that we can restore later, which is exactly what I'm looking for here. So let's go ahead and... don't want to be too far from him. This is kind of bad news bears for me, so I'm going to have to try to bully this guy a little bit here. I'm going to get a little bit of distance. I want to see if I can possibly try to find a better angle. I don't want to go head on with him, because even with the slow server here, I can potentially take damage anyway, simply because of the AI getting lucky hitting me, and especially just going in a straight line. So I want to try to avoid that as much as I can. Probably going to take a couple hits here, but not too much to be worried about here, as I'm not taking a lot of hits here. And we're going to just jump straight on him, not getting any hits. So I'm going to try to close the distance here, because I'm not too satisfied with my marksmanship here. So let's get a little bit closer. Loop-de-loop around him. He's trying to get his gunner some angles, and then now he's going to show his belly. I don't give belly rubs, I give belly bullets. So here, eat this 84B, good sir. Doing some good damage to him. His gunner has no angle on me currently right now, so I'm going to stay at this lower angle. He should go down here shortly. There we go. And then now for the Freelancer. The main thing I want to watch out is not get in front of the Freelancer, because that's the only dangerous part of it, even with the turret gunner. Its turret traversal rate is pretty abysmal. You can literally just sit right on top of it like it's a warden, and the turret gunner just cannot look up, just like a dog. So let's go ahead and just pound away at him. Freelancer has very little HP, so this thing will go down pretty quick, especially once the shields go down. And this bug is annoying. I hate this bug where you just, for some reason, just untarget for no reason whatsoever. It's not a misclick on my part. That is literally just the game doing that. I don't know what it is. I think like maybe it's refreshing the radar signature or something. I don't know. Something happens and then you just untarget. It's so frustrating. It happens a lot. It happens in PvP too. It's really annoying. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to this wreck site they were flying above, and I need some elevation so I can get on top of the ship to actually do repairs here. And we'll see how this goes. Bring our gear down here, and yes, there we go. Look at all that damage right there, just from the wing alone, causing all that hull to get ripped right off. And we're going to try to fix that to the best of our ability here with what we've got. Now, like I said, repairing in-game is insanely cheap. If I were to go back to port, this would probably not cost more than $1,000, which is just pocket change. Literally any contract will finish that up for me. But I want to try to do this manually, because eventually in the future, repairs are going to be insanely expensive. Something like this could cost 3, 4, 5, or 6 times the amount, simply because the cost investment required for it and the labor is going to actually cost a lot. Currently in game, it's just an arbitrary value they just changed. There's not really much other to it other than just what you're actually missing from the ship. And yeah, eventually players will have the ability to full repair ships. Now, of course, right now what we're doing is just patchwork jobs. That's all we have available to us right now. And we don't have the ability to replace lost components, like for example, or like an engine or a thruster, or even repairing those elements. Nor do we have the ability to repair, say, a lost wing or anything like that. That will come eventually. This is literally just the... Whoa, oh, the wind just threw me off the wing there. Very strange. This is just for... Okay, this is going to be awkward. Let's see if I can get up there. Yeah, right now we can't actually replace... Okay. There's like some invisible wind pushing me that I can't actually see. So now I can't even get a running jump to get on top of the ship. I might have to maneuver this to a different spot. I'll be right back. I'm just going to cut this, cut all this floundering about. Give me a sec. You know what? I'm just going to repair from down here. Screw it. I kind of wanted to repair from the up top just because it looked cooler. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to repair the entire ship. And boy, is this really slow. Oh, goodness. This is going to take a while. You can see how it kind of slowly comes in, like it's putting some material on, then it stops, and it's kind of stopped. So this is all tied to this server tick rate issue. This is the same problem I had with the light version of the multi-tool version of repair, and that is pretty much tied to the hip with the server tick rate. And if the tick rate is low, which is pretty much all the time, you get this problem where it is excruciatingly slow to repair. But you know what? I'm still going to repair the ship anyway. I'm going to try to fully repair the ship. I'm going to subject myself to this madness because I want to see what an actual fully repaired ship, or at least partially patched up ship, I'm missing a wing after all, actually looks like. So I'm just going to play from here, and I'm just going to speed up whatever footage in post, and you guys get to enjoy all that lovely goodness. I'm going to be the one that suffers here. All right, I'll be right back. Yep, I'm definitely going to need a lot more RMC for this job. And here we are, about 4 hours into this experiment, give or take. I have finally fully repaired all the holes in the ship. Now, the ship obviously is not fully repaired. We are missing an entire wing here after all, but currently in-game players cannot repair missing wings or weapons or anything like that, really. They're just not, we can't touch any of that stuff yet. We have to take it to a station to repair. Eventually, CAG have confirmed that eventually players will have some ability to do this. If not, at least the NPCs and stations will be able to, of course, rectify this for us, much like they do now. So, one interesting thing is, look at the pattern and design of the patchwork. It looks really, really cool up close. It's very interesting, the texture work that actually goes into it. And you can see there's some holes near to my intake there in this top center fuselage. Those holes, when you actually hover the ADS with the tool on it, says that it cannot be repaired and must be taken to a station. So it's interesting that there's different variations. We have just surface level hull damage, and then we have some real deep hull damage that the actual repair tool cannot fix, and it will actually tell you you need to take it to a repair facility to fix. But yeah, it was actually quite interesting repairing it. It was a little bit cathartic, I would say, because it was just a very simple task of just repairing. Obviously, it was excruciatingly slow, but it's kind of like salvaging. If you like salvaging, you like the kind of catharsis and just kind of trance that you get into it, or you're doing other things, maybe you're listening to a podcast or watching a video, man, it's quite cool. It's pretty nice. I could definitely see people wanting to do this as like a hobby or a job or something like that in the verse. But yeah, it definitely is not very efficient though. Obviously, everybody going forward is just going to be repairing like the normal method. There's literally no reason to do this whatsoever. But like I said, this could change in the future. CIG could potentially make it more expensive to repair or something like that. Or of course, in Pyro, maybe you need to get reputation before you can unlock repair facilities from NPCs. And until then, you're on your own, and this would be the method you'd have to fix up your ship in order to survive in such a lawless frontier. Going forward though, yeah, currently right now, it's not really worth it. So of course the groundwork is laid by CIG, but yeah, there's no point in using it. It's just really cool, really fun. But it gives me some ideas in the future of some cool, fun stuff to utilize this with. One thing that I would like to point my attention to here is I'm missing an entire wing, and yet I am still fully functional in my ability to fly here. You can also see the sparks coming out of my main engines here as I took some damage in that fight earlier, and I have no ability to repair that. Players cannot repair that quite yet. You can't repair thruster damage, which is a little annoying. It would be nice in the future if we could actually have really unstable flight profiles when you're missing a wing like this. I should just be spinning out of control, but I have some lift, and then I have my thrusters working in conjunction with my lift, and it's still keeping me afloat here. So I have really no adverse effects to my flight profile. In the future, that is supposed to change, supposedly. Hopefully that is going to be a much more severe penalty if you lose a wing. Honestly, it should really cripple the ship into the point where it just can't fly anymore, or it has to rely on the thrusters so much that it starts to overheat the thrusters and cause issues. Currently, right now, that is just not an issue. As you can see over here on my right wing, I actually have a control surface that's actually modeled on the ship itself, right there. And in the future, these control surfaces will be usable, and you can see on the left side, I have no control surface whatsoever. So my ability to maneuver utilizing my wings alone and not just my thrusters would be severely hampered at this point. But in game right now, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get this bad boy repaired, because I mean, ultimately, I'm not just going to leave it like this. It has to be fully repaired. So there's really no point in just sitting on it like this the entire time. And of course, we're just going to use the main method that we all know and love for repairing our ships. So why don't we go ahead and get that now? I'm going to go ahead and jump to Bajini Point, and let's go ahead and get repaired there. I will be right back. All right, Bajini Point, one of my favorite places to land just because it has side-on hangars. I do not like vertical hangars whatsoever. They are a nuisance. They're annoying. Maybe I'll like them better when we eventually get a landing helper in, but currently right now, I am just not a fan of them. I just don't like them. They're just not that fun. Just more fun to watch people take off and land from these ones than it is from the vertical ones, honestly. All right, let's go ahead and let's see what the bill is here. 1988 to repair this ship, which is a pittance. I mean, the contract alone paid for it 10 times over, so it really doesn't cost much. And let's see how that works. There we go. Like nothing ever happened. Again, in the future, it's not going to ever be instantaneous like that. It will eventually be a process where it will actually take time to repair, and eventually also players will be able to repair it by hand as well. Oh, interesting. I still have repairs. Anyway, let's go ahead and restock. Did I actually get my missile rack back? Oh, no, I didn't actually get my missile rack back. Uh-oh. CIG? Roberts! Okay, let's see if that fixes it. I just told it to repair again. I don't think it's doing anything. A little odd. Okay. I think it's literally just scamming me at this point. I think it's trying to replace the missile rack, but it is utterly failing to do so, and it's constantly scamming me at this point. This has been an issue with repair for a while. Yeah, it just keeps taking my money. This has been an issue with repair for a while. Sometimes it just doesn't give you your guns back. Sometimes they fix it, and other times, like as you see here, it just will never fix missing components. It's just very awkward and strange. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and keep on playing. I've got other things I want to test today, but that's going to conclude today's video talking about the repair mechanics from the Cambio SRT salvage rifle. Let me know what you guys thought and if you tried it out yourself as well in the PTU. But if you did indeed enjoy today's video, please leave a like as it really does help out the channel. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this and much more down the line, be sure to subscribe. We also have a brand new community Discord that we just rolled out recently, so if you want to come and hang out with me there, share some funny memes, or just talk about some stuff that we covered in today's video or whatever, that'll be in the description box as well below. We also have new channel memberships available, so if you want to go above and beyond supporting the channel, that is available to you all as well. So click that join button if you want to join below and get some nice perks as well. But until next time, fly safe, and I'll see you all in the black.